Today we're talking about two of the most common bedbug killers that you find when you're out at a home improvement store. Which one's better? Should you use them? Let's jump in. So let's talk about the Bedbug Begone Max by Ortho. It has the diphenolthrin 0.2% and tetramethrin 0.2% as the active in there. And what that is a synthetic version of what you find in the Raid. It will have a very fast knockdown if you spray it directly onto a bug. However, it will have a very low residual for something like a bed bug and won't be much for a long-lasting kill. When we want to talk about Raid is 0.25% pyrethroid and 1.01% pyperenol butoxide. Very similar. This is the actual botanical pyrethroid in there versus a synthetic. You will get a very fast knockdown on contact with a bed bug, but you also will not get a longer residual. The Ortho may have a little bit longer of a residual because it's synthetic, whereas the pyrethroid gets broken down by UV very quick. But with our experience, neither of these will give you the residual that you're looking for if you're looking to eliminate a bed bug infestation. So either of these products can be used to kill a bed bug, not too much of a difference, but you want to be extremely cautious if you're using them if you have an infestation. Again, on contact, these will kill bed bugs and you will see them die. After, it will not continue to kill them and they will have a repellency effect. So as example, if you sprayed the seam of an area where there was bed bugs, you'd kill off what's there, but when the other bed bugs are around, they may move from that area into other areas. So from a bed into behind a baseboard, side table, picture frame, and other hard to find and access areas. So we highly discourage anybody using these to try to treat an infestation. When can this work? Is if you suspect there's an isolated incident or something where you may have come in contact, direct application will work. But you do not want to use this if it is an active infestation. You will make things worse and make it harder to eliminate and more expensive in the long run. So if you're looking at purchasing these sprays, usually that's because you're dealing with a bedbug infestation. So let's talk quickly about something that you can do instead of using these and not risk making it worse and spreading the bedbugs around. First and foremost is identification. Check your mattress, box spring, bed frame, and furniture, especially in the seams and cracks and crevices. Bedbugs love harborage, that's where they hide. You can also use monitors and traps to try to trap them. They're not overly effective, but they won't hurt. Using interceptors work extremely well. These go under the legs of furniture as well as bed frames. If bugs are trying to get off and move, they get stuck in here. If they're trying to get on, they also get stuck in here. So that really prevents spread and also gives you a visual place to check. Encasements are extremely effective. They work two ways. One, if you encase a mattress or a box spring, it will prevent any bugs from getting on there, so it will not get contaminated with the bed bugs. The other way they work is if there are bed bugs on there, it traps them inside, so they will not be able to get out to feed, move, and infest further. So this is probably your best bet. And if you are looking to use a product, you want to use something that has no repellency, so you're not going to drive these bugs behind the baseboards, side tables, and other very hard to find areas. So something like diatomaceous earth can be your friend. When using any product, you always want to fully read the label and use it according to the directions provided. So just to go over what we talked about today, we talked about the differences between the Ortho Bedbug Begone Max and the Raid Bedbug Killer. Different active ingredients, but very similar. We talked about why there's challenges in using these, lack of residual, and the repellency effect that can drive the bugs into areas where you don't want them. And then of course, we talked about what you can do instead if you do think you have bed bugs. And again, inspection, identification, encasement, and immobilizing them. And if you're using a product, you want to use something that has no repellency, such as the diatomaceous earth.